And Chris Ockley here with Devin Meyrer, at Lafayette High School. You're on Thanksgiving Day break 2017, the former Lafayette State champion and now Baylor sophomore. What was maybe 10 days ago? 12 days ago or so, 13 days ago, I guess. We're into second straight all-region performance at the Division I all South Central region. Tell me. You take all region last year, 17th place, and then this year, let's see, pre-nationals 69th, 12th at Big 12s, earn your first all conference honor. Then at all region down at College Station, Texas A&M, 9th place, second straight all region honor. Missed nationals by 3 spots in 8 seconds. Tell me just what that was like at regionals to have another great race and then come up just short of making nationals.
Yeah, I mean, as you can imagine, it sucked a little bit. Going into that final straight at A&M, it's like an 800-meter final straight, and I was going in, and I was the third individual, sitting on Jack Bruce and Alex Rogers, and I was right there. So I saw it and just couldn't hold on long enough for that 800 meters, unfortunately. So that was pretty tough to be right there and then get passed by the 2 A&M guys. But they had a better race than me, and they had a better finish. So, props to them as always. But the race itself, I mean, I left everything out there. I couldn't have done anything more. I was running with guys that I typically don't race with, and I had a huge PR. So I couldn't have been happier with the way I raced. I know I did everything that I could and made the right moves when I had to. So to come away with the 9th place finish with a bunch of older guys and seniors and juniors and nationally ranked guys was really awesome. It just kind of sucked at the end that right there and missed the spot by 1 position. So sure. Yeah, we move forward.
And like we were just talking about, almost like a third of your team, your distance guys at Baylor are all Missouri guys with Henry Huff, Seth Brown, and your former teammate here at Lafayette, Jordan West. Mm-hmm. And tell me what it was like last week to go to nationals and watch your high school and now college teammate Anna West hold on to that 40th spot and earn All-American honors.
Gosh, it was so cool. And that was the first time I had actually been to an NCAA cross country meet, surprisingly. So it was really, really awesome just to see all the competition and see what it really looks like. Obviously, it was a little bittersweet, mostly sweet, just seeing the guys race, knowing that I wish and should have been in that race, but again, got 2 more years, so it's all good. But seeing her race and just watching her compete, and her teammate Lindsey Bradley, was just unreal. I knew going into the finishing straight that her and Lindsey were right on the edge of All-American honors, and I actually hadn't seen how Anna finished because I was up towards the top of the finishing straight just trying to scream at her and get her to get going. But seeing the finishing line picture of her barely outleaning the Kentucky girl and seeing her face when she realized that the board said 40th by 0.03 seconds is absolutely amazing. I mean, she's worked so hard for that position, and as a true sophomore, getting All-American is quite a feat. So it's just so exciting for the future for, I mean, both of us, but mainly her. I mean, she's so wickedly talented. So just to see what she has in store for the next few years is really cool to see.
And then what's obviously now you've seen the Lafayette program continue without the Fab Four now that everybody's in college and running, and what's that like? What are those relationships like that now that you're a year and a half out of high school and you guys you're not training with those guys every day, and but you're still, I'm sure, catching up with them on phone and social media and stuff. What's that like?
It's it's a little tough. I mean, you obviously love your high school teammates, and we all absolutely love each other, but at the same time, we're all slowly starting to form our own groups in colleges, which is absolutely how it should go. You know? Everyone's doing, like, finding their spot on their teams, and Tommy's finding his way at Wisconsin, and so just all of us are, making our way in college, which is awesome, but we always find a way to get back and hang out together. I mean, you all kind of change a little bit in college, really find who you are, but once we all get back together, it's like we're just in high school again. It's like nothing ever changed, and so it's great. We always stay in touch. We have Snapchat, GroupMe, stuff like that we always just talk back and forth in all the time and send silly pictures, but whenever we come back from breaks like this, it's always really important that we find a way to get together and just hang out. it's a bond, you know, especially after 4 years of being together and
Sure.
training together. So yeah.
And then tell me what it was like. Today's Saturday, so 2 days ago, Thursday morning, Thanksgiving Day morning, going out and running 15 something to win the Chesterfield Turkey Trot big race. And
Yeah.
I mean, there was some really good other competition in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. I love the turkey trot. My coach told me do not try on the turkey trot, but when you step on that line, how could you not?
Right.
You know, just especially since last year, Adam Roderick, who runs at Tulsa and was a Marquette grad, him and I always have a friendly back and forth. So last year he gapped me a little bit during the 3rd mile, and I managed to reel him in at the finish. And you know, he jokingly said good race as he was dying towards the end. And so this year, the same kind of thing. Me and Roderick and another guy who ran at Ladue in high school, who runs for KC Smoke now. We were all just the 3 of us just running along, and
Right.
We had talked about, you know, finishing together, holding hands, stuff like that. But once it gets down to that 3rd mile and people actually start realizing
Right.
that it's going to be a race, then people start getting going. So, and Roderick had some Achilles issues, I think. So, it's always fun to just go out there and race. And so, and plus, I mean, having a week, just like this being my first week back and not
Right.
having done the speed work for 2-3 weeks before that, it's a little bit of a confidence booster to know I can go out there and run a 15 low for a 5K and still feel pretty good about it, because it's just crazy compared to high school, and that was like unreal.
Right.
And I was close to my PR in high school, but it's a good confidence booster for sure going into indoor and now outdoor, even though it's from a turkey trot,
Right,
not
right.
necessarily from a race.
And then was there a prize besides the just the trophy that you had to give up because of eligibility issues, or
I'm not sure,
did he just steal
actually.
that away from you and before you could realize it was?
I'm not sure. I know they handed me a trophy that just like last year, but if there is a prize, I have yet to receive it, and
Okay.
I can't receive.
Can't take it in,
receive
right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not,
I thought
I'm not
that's
sure.
maybe what the runner-up stole away from you there.
Could
at
have
the
been,
end.
and props to him because he had a great race too, so
Yeah.
he deserves it.
Yeah. Well, let you get out of this cold, and congrats on the
Alrighty.
great season, and hopefully stay healthy for indoor and outdoor. And
Thank you.
how frustrating was that last year to only get 2 outdoor races in? And did you plan to redshirt indoors or?
Yeah, redshirt was a plan because outdoor I was gonna steeple.
Okay.
So it was all about, you know, getting the hips strong, getting the flexibility down, getting the mileage underneath me. So redshirting indoor was tough, but redshirting outdoor was really, really hard. Just because the week that I was going to open up at the TCU invite, I got the news that I had a stress reaction in my heel, and that's never fun to hear.
Right.
And so after cross training and things like that, I still hadn't planned on redshirting. I still had wanted to try and steeple, but just the cards didn't play. So redshirting outdoor was really, really tough. But again, now I have 2 seasons where I can use them to where I'm in better shape, stronger, more mature runner. So now that I'm out of that, it's a lot easier. But during was definitely pretty tough.
Right.
But yeah, now I'm really excited to just be a freshman in track and kind of go out and try and make a name for myself. So
And
I'm
with
excited.
picking up the steeple, what have you suddenly become a bigger fan of the steeple and look to the top guys in the country and in the world?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's crazy to watch the guys run close to 8 minutes and
Right.
on the world scale, and Evan Jager and Mason Fairlick and all those guys that lead the USA steeple scene. But even in the collegiate realm, I mean, just seeing all those guys steeple is it's crazy.
Yeah.
Now the steepling for track this year might not happen just because of a risk for injury again.
Sure.
Might be focused more on the 5 and the 10. But yeah, it's always cool to watch steeple. It's absolutely piqued my interest. It's so cool. It's such an interesting race.
Any man bun in your future here?
No, definitely not for me.
Okay.
Maybe I think I heard Alec talking about wanting to do a man
Nice.
bun, but yeah, not for me.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Cool. Well, thanks for the time. Well, Devin, we'll let you go.
Thanks, Chris.